Thank you for being here today. My name is Michelle DeGroot, and I serve as a gang prevention coordinator with the Winnipeg Police Service. I would like to open by acknowledging the traditional territory of Treaty Number 1 and homeland of the Métis Nation that we have the privilege of living and working on. We also acknowledge Shoal Lake First Nations, number 40, which is a primary water source for Winnipeg. We're glad for you to be here today and to introduce a revitalized public awareness campaign aimed at one thing: giving young people a way out, a way to ghost gang life. This issue is very deeply personal to me. In my work, whether it's in general patrol, as an investigator, or now in gang prevention, I've seen the devastating effects gang life involvement can have on the youth and their families. And let's be clear, this isn't something in the shadows or something somewhere else. Gang recruitment touches every part of our community. It has no boundaries, whether economical, cultural, or geographic. But here's the part that gives me hope. I've seen the difference care, compassion, and timely information can work. When youth are given real options, they take them. And this is what this campaign is all about. Before we go further, I'd like to thank the Manitoba Associations of Chiefs of Police and the Organized Crime Committee for bringing this campaign together. And of course, to our incredible partners at the Link for stepping up and leading on this way. The Link will be providing 24/7 supports through text sent to 204-900-6010, a direct line for youth who want to leave or avoid gang lifestyle. Importantly, this campaign was shaped with the help of reformed gang members. Their voices, their experiences, and their suggestions helped make sure the messaging is not just impactful, but it is real. So how big is this problem? I could share stories about the kids that I've worked with, but I'd rather introduce someone who can speak directly to the scope of the issue in Winnipeg. Inspector Josh Owatsky, Division Commander of the Organized Crime Division and my inspector, is here to give you that frontline perspective.
Thanks, Michelle. Good morning. Normally, when I'm speaking with the media and the public, it's about a crime that's been committed. Someone who's been arrested following a drug, firearm, or gang-related investigation. The police officers and professional staff of the Organized Crime Division with the Winnipeg Police do an exceptional job. 2 days ago, I was in front of the cameras speaking with the media, telling our community about an investigation that led to the seizure of $2.2 million worth of illicit drugs, including 43 kilograms of methamphetamine, almost 2 kilograms of cocaine, and $150,000 in cash. These investigations and arrests have a real impact. The disruption of organized crime gets criminals, guns, and drugs off the streets and out of our communities. Today, however, I'm here and I'm happy to be talking about another perspective in law enforcement and policing, and that's prevention. With respect to gangs, prevention is keeping kids safe and out of the hands of gangs and the gang members who look to use them. That's what the Ghost Gang Life campaign is all about. So that cocaine, meth, and drugs and other illicit drugs that are being sold in Winnipeg and in other communities throughout the province, it's not the people at the top of the gangs that are on the streets selling this stuff. Why? Because it's too risky for them. They don't want to be arrested or become victims of violence from rival gangs. So they go out and they find other people to do it for them. People they can use. People they see as expendable. Unfortunately, most of these people are at-risk youth. Kids just looking for a place to belong. They're looking for a place to crash or a way to make money. They're looking to survive. The gangs know how to use these kids and how to target them. Some of these kids don't realize they're being used. Some do realize it, but feel they don't have any other option. Many become addicts themselves, and once they're in the gang, it's very difficult to get out. Gang life is not about family or loyalty. It's about money and power. It's the people at the top using the vulnerable and desperate. It's exploitation. I've seen this time and time again throughout my 25 years as a police officer. It happens in almost every community, and the problem isn't going away. That's why the Ghost Gang Life campaign matters. It reaches kids right where they are. These videos will be shared on TikTok, Snapchat, and other social media platforms. They're gritty, they're real, and they're designed to make kids think twice. Hopefully, they're also what gets someone to reach out for help. Our message to the kids is this. If you're dealing drugs, you might think you're in control, but you're not. Maybe you're doing it to feed your own addiction. Maybe you're broke. Maybe you think you don't have a choice, but you do. Gang violence is real, and sooner or later you will learn that. Someone is going to expect you to step up and prove yourself, or you're going to be the person on the other end of someone else stepping up and proving themselves. The result is that you can be seriously injured or killed. Once someone has dirt on you, they own you. Your life isn't your own anymore. All you are is a tool for them to make more money. Getting out isn't easy, but it is possible. There's help for you on the other end of the text line, 204-900-6010. It's 24/7 and it's confidential. The person on the other end of the line gets it. They know what it's like to live in the gang world and how to help someone leave it behind. Now, I'd like to show you what we're sharing with the people across the province, starting here in Winnipeg. These are the first 4 videos in the series, with more to come from other regions of Manitoba. These videos are clear and concise. They don't pull any punches. Our creative team at Changemakers work closely with former gang members from Manitoba to make sure these videos are authentic. I'd like to close by recognizing some of the other work done on the prevention side of things. The Winnipeg Police Gang Prevention Unit, led by our MC today, Michelle, has made real inroads connecting with youth that want to get out of the gangs. It's remarkable what her team has accomplished. We're not in this fight alone. We have partners like The Link who step up not because they have to, because they truly care. Parents, caregivers, friends, and teachers, you have also stepped up, and we're asking you to continue to do so. Ask the tough questions. Look for the signs and show support. Be the steady voice that helps someone take a different path. If someone you care about wants out, tell them to text us. We're here and we can help. These kids need to know that gang life is no life, that their actions have consequences. They also need to know that people care and there's still time to choose a better way. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to everybody who helped bring these videos to life. Short, clear, and powerful. I hope you agree. What you've heard just focused on Winnipeg, but this is a provincial issue. That's why the Manitoba Association of Chiefs of Police stepped up. They brought the partners together, helped secure funding, and helped guide the campaign from concept to reality. Here to speak on behalf of MACP is their Executive Director, Jim Mirza. Jim.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for the launch of the campaign that speaks to the heart of what we are here. It's all about safe communities, healthy families, and to bring a brighter future for our youth. The Gang Life is No Life campaign is more than just a slogan. It's a call to action. And if you take a look around this room, it's nice to see that this is a collaborative approach to addressing this issue. You've got police forces from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Manitoba First Nation Policing, Brandon Police, and senior executive from the Winnipeg Police Service. So it shows you that we're in this together, shoulder by shoulder. During my policing career, I've had the privilege to serve in communities across Manitoba and Nunavut. I've witnessed firsthand the damage gangs involvement inflicts, not just on individuals, but on entire families and neighborhoods. I've sat with grieving parents. I've spoken to our youth caught up in this cycle of violence and fear. And I've worked alongside the frontline officers and service providers doing everything they can to reach kids before it's too late. The campaign was built on their stories in mind. We're targeting youth where it's at, on their phones, on social media, and online. The campaign, as mentioned, and the scene, uses short, powerful videos styled after video games. It's designed to capture the attention of our youth. And it demonstrates that gang life is not glamorous, it's violent, it's manipulative, and it leads to pain, not power. The authenticity of this campaign comes from the voices of former gang members, people who have lived it, and now want to prevent others from being part of this same mistake. Their message is clear. There is a way out and there is help. Through our partnership with the Links, the Links Youth Family Service Support, a simple text message become a lifeline since this can become a lifeline. Since the initial rollout, over 150 youth have reached out, and many of them have had interactions that have led to referrals, and more importantly, real exit from the gang life. This is the kind of impact we want to build on. I want to thank Manitoba Justice, the Links, all our partners across the province who recognize that prevention is powerful. Policing alone cannot solve this problem. It takes a community and it takes collaboration. And it takes a shared commitment to showing to our young people that there are other paths that are rooted in belonging, purpose, and hope. To every youth that is watching this, we want you to know that you matter, that your life has value, and no matter what you've seen or been told, there is a way out from gangs. And to our communities, we ask for your continued support in spreading this message. Amplify it, talk about it, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Together, as a community, we can interrupt this cycle, and together we can prove loud and clear that the gang life is no life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jim. And thank you for believing in this work. Now we've heard the police perspective, but the campaign is really about the community. It's about kids, family, and people walking alongside them every single day. That's where the Link comes in. Their team offers guidance, support, and critical intervention services when a young person reaches out for help. Please welcome Carrie Irvin Ross, CEO of the Link, a fierce and a compassionate advocate for youth across Manitoba.
Thank you very much. I stand here as a mother, as an auntie, and also as a person who's compassionate about our community and the possibilities. But today I am so proud about the partnership, but more importantly about the great people that work at the Link that are answering those text messages, that are walking alongside youth. But I want to talk about, it's a text message that comes, but what we're sharing are the resources in the community. That might be resources here at the Link, at the hub. We have a group of people here that work every day tirelessly to ensure that young people can feel safe. When they talk to us, it's confidential. There is no judgment, and it's about a healing journey. And how can we be a part of that? And it's led by the youth themselves. We've talked and listened about the impact of gangs, the negative impact of gangs, and none of us will dispute that. But the young people that are in that cycle have so many gifts. They are valuable and they need to be honored every day. And sometimes in that conversation, it's a reminder of their gifts and their possibilities. And so the link every day walks alongside youth and their families, trying to support them to find a healthy way to thrive and survive and contribute to our society. So I want to thank all of our partners today and into tomorrow and into the future as we work together to support youth and young adults to be successful and to flourish. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. And thank you again to the Link for being such a vital part of this campaign. This concludes the formal part of our program. If you have follow-up questions or would like to speak to any of today's speakers, they'll be available just off to the side for individual interviews. On behalf of every single person that's involved, thank you again for being here, for showing up, and for helping us share this message far and wide. Let's help our youth ghost gang life all together. Thank you very much for your support. Appreciate it.